Hello, and welcome back to Draw with Boba. Today we're going to be drawing Steely, the shark Squishmallow in Procreate. We're going to start off with the technical pen tool, and we're going to select a nice baby blue color to start, because he's pretty much all blue, except his belly. So we're going to start off with just a big circle a little bit towards the bottom of the page. And then you want to hold your pen down to see if it can turn into a circle like that. It makes it a lot easier to get the shape. And then we're going to go arch up here and then back down. Almost like an egg, but this actually looks too much like an egg, so let's undo and try again. That looks closer to what I'm looking for. And then to fill in, we're just going to drag in the color. Let's clean up the sides a little bit. Alright, since his main body is done, let's add another layer right below. And we're going to draw in his two arms on either side. 1, 2. And make sure to fill it in on the side, so when we fill it in, it'll just cover it really easily. Let's do a little bit of cleanup. And finally the fin on top. Fill in. And this is going to help us do some shading after. After you're done with these two layers, let's actually start the shading. We're going to go click, turn on alpha lock on both layers. You could get to this menu by just tapping on there. Go alpha lock, switch to the airbrush pencil, and we're going to do soft airbrush. We're going to select a color that's a little darker, and then let's move it a little bit more blue. And here's an example. Let's switch to the body layer. Make sure our scale of our brush isn't too big, so maybe around here. And then we could add in some form lighting to the body. And since the alpha lock is on, it'll just do it. Pretty much it won't go outside of the pixels we painted. So we can have a nice gradient. Maybe go even a little darker towards the bottom for some 3D effect. A little bigger. Nice. And maybe we can even use a smudging tool. Let's go to airbrush, soft for the smudging tool, and smooth it out just a little bit. Like so. And we're going to do the same for the fins. Go to the fin layer, grab the little darker blue, maybe size it a little smaller for your brush. Then we're going to add in shading for the fins, like so. And let's add in a much darker blue than the body, and then layer it in to give it some depth for our body. Next, we're going to actually do the ribbon pattern on Sharky before we add the other layers. So on top of the body layer, we're going to press plus, and we're going to go to, let's see, our pen. Where is our pen? Let's see, inking, technical pen again. And then we're going to draw in a light blue ribbons. Make sure it's lighter than the color below. So we're gonna go until we get a light enough color. That's looking good. And then we're going to just draw in these ribbon details. And make sure to cap both sides and fill in. And don't worry about going outside the lines. I'll show you a trick to clean it up. So we're just going to go through. Oops, draw a ribbon, fill, draw a ribbon. That one's a little big. They're like somewhat thin. They're okay size. Not too thin, not too big. A little variety. Looking good. And even though we're outside of the lines, there's a trick to this. We're going to click on this ribbon layer and we're going to do clipping mask, and this will clip it to everything. Let's try out maybe a few of these layers, different layer types, to see if we can keep the 3D effect. Lightning, screen. Actually, let's use screen and lower the opacity just enough so we see the ribbon, but we can still see that it's shading on the side. It'll use the colors below to help with the shading. Since this ribbon is only on the body, we need the same ribbons on the arms and the fin. So we're going to select this layer, add a new layer on top. Draw the ribbons real quick, just enough. We can even just fill them in. We don't have to do the pouring tool. Like so. Clipping mix. And then we go to screen and turn the opacity down. That's looking great. Now we need the belly detail, which is a really big white detail, so let's add another layer on top. Same thing as the ribbon, we're just going to draw it over the body. Don't worry too much about the going outside the lines. So we're going to go for right, maybe around up here for the belly. So just try a few times to see if you get the shape right. I missed a little bit. Ooh, that's looking good. Let's fill it in, see what it looks like. It is a lot stronger. I'm going to move it just a little higher. It's pretty much pure white, so it's matching with everything else. So I'm just going to click clipping mask, and then since it's pure white, we need to add some depth into it. So we're going to go to airbrush, soft brush. Let's select a light gray that is a little blue. And then we're going to wash in some of the shaping again, like so. And since this is on this layer, actually let's undo this real quick. We forgot to add our alpha lock so we don't paint outside of it. So let's add some more shading, go a little darker, maybe towards the bottom, like so. Nice and round, nice and cute. That's looking great. And then we just do this for the other features. Let's add another layer. Let's go back to our inking. Let's do the eyes real quick. Black eyes. So the eyes start around here. Let's draw in. Oops, let's go back to Procreate. The eyes are around here. Let's add another layer. Clipping mask. So it's over everything. And then we're gonna start on the left side. I'm gonna start off with one eye. Then use a second finger to make it a lot more round. And let's try to do another eye right around here. Try to get them matching as much as possible. That's looking pretty good. Let's add a white dot to them. Right there and there. And maybe one more to make it look extra cute. You can move these just a little higher above the belly, like so. Add a new layer, and let's do the two whiskers on the side. Or not whiskers, they're more like gills. So one here. See if we can make it a lot more smooth. 1, 2. 1, 2. Perfect. Now we need another layer. Let's do the little mouth. Let's go across. Straight line. Little smile. Let's see if we can get a lot more even. Fill it in. I'm going to alpha lock it and go to the airbrush tool. I want to do a little bit more depth to it. Small brush. Oop, undid the alpha lock. That. And then I feel like we're missing one more part. We're missing the little dots. So we're gonna go back to this layer where we did these stripes. We're gonna go to our pen. Let's go to inking, technical pen. And we'll make our brush. We need actually a bigger brush. Let's go to syrup. See how big these can get. They don't get that big. Let me see if we can find a bigger tool. That's perfect. We got a painting tool. And then we're just gonna add in these dots. Just add a few of these medium-sized ones to lower the size. And we can add in the smaller ones after. And then same layer down here where the fins are. That's looking so good. I want to add a little bit more depth to the body before we finish off. So let's go back to the airbrush. Select this. Go a little deeper, darker. Let's see, add a little more depth to the body. Unless we could get darker with the main body too. Really like this 3D effect. Then let's see if we can add a little bit of shadowing around the eyes, like so. And there you have it, your very own Steely Squishmallow in Procreate. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have suggestions for any other Squishmallow, please leave it in the comments down below. If you could give the channel a like and subscribe, that'll help a ton, and I'll see you in the next one.